Go. Akin lang po, promise. I will not share it. Sige na, souvenir grade 10. Go. Diba, no? Iganya. O, go.
Sure, naghahanap ata ng lyrics at si
Okay.
Mitch.
Sige.
Wait lang po.
Sige po.
Sure, sabi ni Mitch, sure, happy birthday na lang daw.
Happy birthday na lang. Walang ano.
Basta may Sure, twist. Sure, may Anna twist. Ganon.
Sige. Go. Sige na nga, happy birthday. Go. How old are you na ba, Mr. Inigo?
Sure, 16.
16 din. Sige, go. Sing na po. 3, 2, 1, go. Hinihinayin nyo yung plus.
Ana. Ikaw una. Okay, ako una. Wait lang.
Sure, ako na lang, Sure. Ang tagal. Sure, para ako na lang din may class.
Ito na. Wait lang.
Okay. Oh, bilis siya.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Oh, thanks. Na-touch ako. Ang perfect.
Okay. Sige. I am keeping my promise naman, diba? Sige. Sige, let's start na. So, again, yung pointers to review will focus lang on first 2 lessons ng bookkeeping. Yung una, yung all about basic, which is introduction ng bookkeeping, yung importance, definition, double entry bookkeeping, and dun sa lesson 2, will focus on 5 major accounts. As of now, wala pa po yung approval ng test na na-submit ko. Stop natin. Wala pa yung approval. I'm still waiting for the response ng admin. Yun, ganun kasi yun. Nagsasubmit kami and then if it is approved, ayan. Yun na yung sinusunod namin type. Once na naka-receive na ako ng response from admin, ayan, I will let you know yung type ng test. Okay, sa GC na lang. Please monitor na lang yung GC and wait sa message ko. Mr. Ganya, may question ka?
Sure, hindi pa po tayo nagpo-post test para po sa second summative.
Nakapag-post test kami ng ilang minutes lang. Tama. Hindi natapos.
Ay, Sure, ang final score pala.
Ay, yung final score. Meron pa kasing hindi nag-exam. Bago yung ko i-accept yung mga corrections nyo, kailangan ma-enable ko muna yung viewing of answers. Sa Genyo, naka-off pa din kasi yon, naka-off pa din. In-off ko.
Sure, kailan malalaman kung ilan po?
Hindi ako sure. Mayroon pa kasi hindi nag-test. Pero pwede nyo naman makita yung yung final scores nyo. Not final. Hindi pa yun final kasi open for corrections pa. Kapag meron kayong correction. Ayan. Subject to pa. I need to double check pa yung corrections. Ayan, unstable na naman yung connection ko. Baka maputol. Sige. Off lang akong camera. Mag-off lang akong camera. Wait. Mag-share tayo ng whiteboard. Whiteboard. Okay. So, I want you to copy this set of equations. So, originally, ito yung accounting equation. Asset equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Ito yung, so I just got yung equation na liabilities equals asset minus owner's equity if liability is missing. And so with the owner's equity, if owner's equity is missing, you just have to deduct liability from asset. Next, this original equation, revenue minus expenses equals net income or net loss. So expenses, if expenses is missing, you just have to deduct net income or net loss from the revenue. And so with, if revenue is missing, you just have to add net income or net loss. Oops. Net loss po ito. Net loss plus expense or expenses. Okay. So, example. If let's say cash is given, let's say we have 200,000 pesos. Let's another accounts payable amounting to 58,000 pesos. Let's have furniture and fixtures. We only have, let's say, 15,000 pesos. And permits and licenses. Let's say we have maliit lang, 3,000 pesos. And then we are to find owner's equity. Let's find owner's equity. Owner's equity is missing. What are the things we need to do first? So, kailangan i-classify natin or i-sort natin lahat ng given accounts. Cash, accounts payable, furniture and fixtures, and permits and licenses. Okay. Let's start with cash. Cash is under what major account? Yes, Miss
Asset po.
Gabby. Asset. Okay, asset. Asset is correct. Next, Miss Gabby, accounts payable. Accounts payable.
Liabilities.
Liabilities is correct. Liabilities. Next, furniture and fixtures. Jamela, furniture and
Asset po.
fixtures. Asset is correct. Permits and licenses. Permits and licenses. Anyone? Yes, Mr. Iganya.
Sure, accounts payable.
Permits and licenses under what major account? Pili ka dun sa 5 major account natin.
Sure, equity.
Oh, no.
Expense.
Expense. Expense po ang ating permits and licenses. We need to use this equation, tama? This equation. Ito po 'yon. Kasi owner's equity is missing, tama? Ito yung original basic equation. And then if owner's equity is missing, we need to subtract liability from asset. Now let's make a new equation by getting na the amounts. So asset equals liability plus owner's equity. So magkano? Pagsama-samahin natin lahat ng asset accounts. Tama? 200,000 plus ito, 15,000. We have 215,000. Tama? Next, we need to total all the liability accounts. This time, we have accounts payable. How about itong expense natin? We don't have expense, tama, dito? Okay. But since this expense will also be considered as our liability. This is an obligation to pay. Liability natin yung ating expense. Doon lang naman siya pwede. Not with asset and not on owner's equity. Sa liability lang po. Again, permits and licenses is an expense account. Okay? But since we are using this basic accounting equation, we need to classify this expense. Lahat ng outflow of money is a liability. Expense po. Oh. So, we have accounts payable na 58,000 plus 3,000. So, we have 61,000 pesos as our total liability. Plus owner's equity. Now, let's isolate owner's equity. Ito din po yun. Dito rin tayo mag-a-arrive. Sa equation na to, tama? Let's subtract na 215,000 minus 61,000 pesos to get the total owner's equity. Then the total owner's equity is what? Okay, 100. Tama? Is it 154?
Yes po.
Okay, good. 154,000 pesos. Okay. So we need to classify lang each given accounts or this title, accounting titles. Okay. And use the following equations. Okay po, erase ko na. Next, let's say we have service income. Ano, palitan natin. Revenue gagamitin natin. Revenue amounting to, let's say, 2 million pesos. We need to find if we are incurring net income or a net loss. Hard to find. Start tayo sa, let's say we have red expense. amounting to 20,000 pesos per month. We have supplies, expenses, amounting to 170, ano, no, wait lang, 175, sige, 175 natin, ang total expenses ng supplies. Else, let's have depreciation. Depreciation is an expense, right? Depreciation expense. We have 5,000 pesos lang ang depreciation. And another, meron tayong salaries and wages. And wages. We have 45. 45,000 as our expense. Now, itong 4 accounts, minor accounts, we need to total that. So we could have yung total accumulated expense amount. How much? 245, tama?
Yes po.
Yes, 245,000 pesos. Let's use the R minus expenses equals a net income or net loss. Revenue, how much? We have 2 million. Minus our minus our total expense na 245,000 equals net income yan. Net income. How can we determine if net income and not net loss? If revenue is higher, then there's net income. Tama? So, subtract lang natin. We have 1,755,000 pesos as our net income. Ganon lang din po. Kina-classify lang natin. We have to classify or sort out yung mga given accounts. Like this one, rent expense, supplies expense, depreciation expense, and salaries and wages. All are expenses. What if revenue naman is missing? Then given, okay, good. What if given ang net loss na, let's have 33,000 pesos. And then expense na, let's sort natin. expenses na 88,000 pesos. So, paano natin po yan kukumputin? Net loss, from the term net loss. Net income is always positive. Net loss is always negative. So, lagay natin a negative 33,000 pesos. Plus 88, 88,000 pesos. Therefore, we need to subtract, right? Kasi unlike signs. Subtract lang natin 55,000 pesos. If we are to analyze kung paano po yung equation na to, and so with the answer na 55,000 pesos as our revenue, so 55,000 pesos minus our expenses na 88,000 pesos equals lang natin ng negative, di ba? 33,000 pesos. So, revenue is greater or lesser, merong net income or net loss. On this example, expenses are greater than our revenue. Kaya negative yung amount. Yung net, right? Net amount natin ay negative. Tama? So, there is net loss. Not 33,000 pesos. Ayan, redundant na. Net loss na, tas negative pa. Purayin natin. Net. Ito ha, class. Naintindihan? Oh. Okay, so kailangan nyo silang i-classify muna. Classify. And then identify what equation to be used. Anong equation? Do you have any questions? May question ba? On particular topic. So you will be needing this one kapag kayo ay magpo-pursue ng bookkeeping or accounting, you should know how to classify and sort mga accounting titles or mga accounts. Okay, there are a lot. Madami po. Are there any more questions?